Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to come on here and talk about some football or soccer. I know this video will not be for everybody, but I hope you enjoy it. If so, tonight I watched the Liverpool versus Wolves game in the FA Cup. Honestly, it was a very flat game. Obviously, there was one moment from Harvey Elliott that made it 1-0 to Liverpool, and that was enough to give Liverpool the win. Honestly, I thought Wolves were terrible going forward in the first half. In the second half, they was a bit better, but there's still that bit of quality. And to be fair, and I just feel like Wolves struggle to score goals, so that will be their downfall, I think. And when it comes to Liverpool, I just think the very plodding this season. Like over the last couple of seasons, they've been, when they've been going forward, they've been really fluid and they've been really fast paced. But this season they've been really pedestrian, and obviously I believe it's because the midfield are starting to age and their pressing is not the same. And to be honest, I just think Liverpool are aging squad, and in the ideally Liverpool just need to refreshen the squad. So so moving on from Liverpool, let's go to Chelsea. I know, I know a lot of Chelsea fans are frustrated because they used to being up there and winning trophies, and and I com- and I don't begrudge Chelsea fans for being frustrated. I would be frustrated as well, but I still believe long term Graham Potter's the right manager for them. And also, I believe that I believe that Chelsea have had have had this problem coming for years because they never really rebuilt a proper team. Obviously, they signed players, but they never actually did like a proper rebuild. And I feel like that, and I feel like now it's coming back to bite them because obviously before, if the players were out of form, they would just replace the manager and they would allow players to stick around for years and years until they were pretty much reaching retirement. And in my personal opinion, I think you should refresh refreshen your squad every 3 years, in my opinion, or maybe even every 4 years, just to keep it fresh and and just to let your big players know that the places are up for grabs. Because the problem is sometimes the the, the high quality the high quality players or the superstar players, a lot of the time their places are solidified. So once they get comfortable, they might they might drop off because they think, oh, I don't need to try anymore. My place is solidified. So every couple of years, I believe you need to keep the squad fresh and keep the compet keep the competition competition for places. So, Me, 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 Messi had a great World Cup, mate. I would say, I would say, the Argentina team for the first for the for the first time in a long time was actually built around Messi, and that's why it worked. I think I think it benefited Messi, to be honest. So yeah, Messi had a great World Cup, and you know, and Saudi Arabia can always say we beat Argentina in the World Cup where they won it. So obviously it'll be it'll be something for them to say. So yeah, so so the World Cup as a whole, even though we all knew we all knew what the game was with the World Cup as a football tournament. It was a pretty good tournament. I was really impressed with Morocco. I, is that is that is that is that confirmed, mate? Cause I can't see him going to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I I have I haven't got the donation link set up, mate. I might do it in the future, but I haven't got it set up. I haven't got it set up now. So 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 is that confirmed that Messi's going to the Saudi Arabia League? I I don't I don't I don't think he will go personally. I I think it's more likely that he goes to Barcelona to go back to Barcelona. To be honest, obviously on reduced wages, but I think he would go back to Barcelona on reduced wages before he goes to the Saudi league. To be honest, so going back to Chelsea, as I was saying, I think every 4 year, I think every 4 years you should refreshen the squad or rebuild a whole new team. Because the problem is a lot. Well, obviously not all of them, but there's a few players that have been there 5 years, and you can tell they're they're coming to the end. They're coming to the end of their form. I I heard you. I heard you was offered as well, mate. But I didn't believe it, to be honest. I just can't see it. So so moving on to Man United, I think Man United has really overperformed this season. Yes, they got quality players, but obviously they got a new manager, and he's trying to rebuild the team and rebuild the club. If I'm being honest, so if you would have said to me at the start of the season, if you would have said to me at the start, I will, mate, and you. I don't know why I don't put the comments on the screen. Sorry. 1 minute. I I'm thi- I'm thinking hey, I'm thinking Glover, but I'll do a proper prediction for that. I do a proper prediction for that either tomorrow or Thursday. So make sure you tune in for that one, mate. But my early prediction is Glover, to be honest, because I think on the ground, Glover's the do, do you know? Yeah, now I think I'm just gonna say Glover. Early prediction, Glover, but come back in a couple of days and I'll give you a proper prediction. So thank you, mate. Uh, by the way, so going back to what I was saying. Thank you for the comment. Going back to what I was saying, um, mate, he's trying to rebuild the squad, but the problem is if they don't get a new owner soon, ideally they need to get a new owner by the summer. And I heard Sir, I think either Sir Ratcliffe, the wealthiest person in the UK, or is he the wealthiest person in the UK or in England? But either way, I've heard that he's thinking like by Man United. So whoever buys Man United, to they need they need to get in there. They need to get in there before the summer, so they can go, so they can buy a lot, so they can buy in the summer. But at the moment, Man United Man United are looking really good, and as I say, obviously it's not the finished article right now, but I think give it a couple of seasons and they'll be right up there because I think if they can add one or two more players, I think they could be title contenders in a couple of seasons. If they add a if they add if they add if they had a couple more players in like the midfield positions, and like maybe a new goalkeeper, because I think they will have a new goalkeeper by the start of next season, because I believe De Gea will be going. So yeah, if I was a Man United fan, I would be really looking forward to the future. I still, I know you bought a new striker in January, but I still think you need one more striker to be honest, like a like a, a like a, like a out goal scorer. But unfortunately, there's not many of them around. So let me know what you think if you're a Man United fan. So 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 moving on to Everton, I really feel sorry for the Everton fans because obviously they obviously over the last couple of years they've just been stagnant. They've just been stagnant, and to be honest, it's been 5 years, and they've just repeated the same cycle over and over again. So I do. So I feel sorry for the Everton fans, and I spit, and uh, apologies, and I've spoken to some Everton fans, and they're just annoyed. I'm really frustrated because, as I said, they as I said, they've been doing the same thing for about 5 years now. They're bringing a new manager. They buy players and they put them on high wages, so they end up not being able to sell them back, sell them on. So they end up just stagnating, and it's just a poorly run club, from what I've been told. So, the last two teams I want to talk about are the, the Man City and Arsenal. So Man City, I think obviously Haaland is a goal scorer, but I think City play better with a false, with a false nine. To be honest, because I felt like they were more fluent with a false nine than they are with Haaland. To me, it seems like they've become a bit one dimensional, and I'm sure they're still going to be up there. They're still going to be up there by the end of the season. But at the start of the season, I said Man City to win the league comfortably, and the way they've been performing at the moment, I just don't see that. Because as I say, it feels like they're not as fluent as they were last season or a couple of seasons ago. If anything, I think they regressed. Because as I said, they become a bit, they become a bit too a bit too predictable. Thank you, mate. So yeah, they I do believe that going forward, Man City obviously have the better forward line, but I think as a team, Arsenal Arsenal are the better team, like first 11 wise, like in terms of like in terms of like as a team, as a collective. But obviously, Man City have the better players. Like if you compared Man City quality of players to Arsenal's quality of players, I do believe that the Man City players are still better. But but as I said, the way Arsenal are set up, they're they're well drilled, and they know what they're doing. So So, 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 so yeah. So I think when it comes down to it, I think Arsenal are gonna be, are gonna, are gonna, are gonna, are gonna have the team, are gonna have the team, are gonna have the team spirit to get. This is gonna come back to bite me on the arse, but I believe as of right now, I think Arsenal have enough momentum to carry them through the rest of the season. Now, obviously, they've still got the Europa League, and the one thing I will say, if Arsenal get any get any major get any major injuries, I think it affects their team more, because I don't believe Arsenal have the same quality on their bench as they do in the as they do as they do in the first 11. And and at the end of the day, I believe if they get a major injury to Saka or to Martinelli, I do wonder if they can still keep up this challenge. Because as I say, if you look at the bench, they don't have the same quality on the bench that they do in that they do in the first 11. So and at the start, at the start of the season, I said Arsenal would not win the Premier League, and, and at the moment, it seems like I'm going to be proven wrong. But I think a lot of people would have said Arsenal are not going to win the Premier League, because coming into the season, they didn't look like a team that would challenge for the league. But I don't know what's happened. Well, I do know what's happened. They 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 all buy into Arteta's management. And whether you think Arteta's a good manager or not, they all they all buy in, they all buy into his process. And 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 that that's that's a part of sport that I don't think people give enough credit to. Like whether you're playing football or soccer, or whether it's American football, or whether it's basketball, any any team game, if you can get a group of if you can get a group of players that believe in your process, then then that's half then that's half of the battle. That's half of the battle. One, I, I'm good. I'm a good. Thank you, mate. I'm very good. So, so yeah, I, as I said, I Arsenal have still have the Europa League, so that might affect their league form. But it all depends how far they are in the league. If they're like 15 points ahead or something, let's just say if it's something like that, then I would just focus on the league. I would, but obviously, as I can imagine Arsenal fans would say we want to win trophies. But what would you rather win? Would you rather, would you rather win the Premier League, or would you rather win the Europa League? I think you would rather win the Premier League, but obviously, you wa- obviously you should want to win both. But if it came down to but if it comes down to a big game on the weekend, but you got a Thursday game in the Europa League, what one do you prioritise? To me, it seems obvious the the Premier League, but this is why you need to have a strong bench. Because if you have a strong bench, then you don't need to worry about picking and choosing what trophy you want to win or what tournament you want to go all the way in. Because obviously then you can do both. And in the summer, then they need to buy a a strong bench because you won't be able to compete in the Champions League and in a league with the same first 11 every game. It's just not possible. So so I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to do more videos like this, then let me know. Or and just a quick question. I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't know if any of you create content, but you know the YouTube live streaming section. I try to use that, yeah. And you know you know where it says going live, yeah. It just give me the the circle of death, if you know what I mean. Like when it goes round and around to say that it's loading. I just keep getting that. So that's why I'm using this. So so, so if anybody can tell me if it's something on my end or if it's just a YouTube problem, I think it might just be a YouTube problem because obviously I can stream using StreamYard. So obviously, I think it might just be a YouTube problem. So thank you for watching. Have a good night, and thank you for the support. And I will speak to you soon. Have a good night. Thank you for the support.